Another component of our CPU that comes in handy quite often is something called virtualization support. Virtualization is essentially when we take one physical computer and we use it as a host for other virtual computers. So you may see this in laboratory settings or server settings where we essentially have one computer that is just hosting these other virtual computers. You can use applications such as VirtualBox or Hypervisor or VMware, and all of these allow us to basically have these little guest virtual computers inside our host computer. Without the support of our CPU, virtualizing computers inside of our host computer can be very stringent on the computer, or stretch out its resources rather. It can basically push the computer to the max, use up all of its resources, and then all of our virtual computers are slow and our computer itself is slow. But with more modern CPUs, we've actually seen something introduced called hardware-assisted virtualization. With hardware-assisted virtualization, it actually helps with allocating resources correctly so that it runs our machines better. It knows that we're using virtualization, so it knows how better to allocate our memory and our CPU processing so that we don't just focus everything on the virtuals or focus everything on one virtual in particular, and we can spread those resources out more usefully for our computer. We need to make sure that when we do have hardware-assisted virtualization on our CPU, we also want to make sure that we have that enabled in the BIOS. A lot of times when we go in the BIOS of a CPU and a motherboard that support hardware-assisted virtualization, we have that option to turn it on or turn it off.